I thought I'd try it. I mucked around with some stuff. I'm mucking around with the Twitch page. Really change things around. Apparently I'm there. I can't put anything in the chat. And I don't know why it's got that Bloodborne struggle through. I changed the title. It's gonna annoy me. I gotta fix it. No, that's not the way to fix it. That's a Noga. Alright. I don't know if my mic went dead while I was doing that. Hey, this is a Noga. Hey, they've got emotes, which I haven't put any emotes in here. The emotes are over here in the social stuff. So I've been playing this game for about less than a year. I started playing it about a year ago, but I took like that a few months off in the winter. There's things I like already. I like the cheer and always need a face palm. And one of my favorite parts about this game is the goofy dancing stuff. The goofy dancing stuff. In part because we got to check out. Each race does their dances a little differently. Orc dance is arguably the best dance. It's a jig. The orcs dance a jig. The second best is the Nords and the Argonians have a good dance. And the Bretons have a very silly dance. It's a jig with hand stuff. Alright. We have to do that because we have to have some emotes so we can go. Hey! Oh. So we can watch me not be able to use the controls. And do a cheer. Yeah! Thanks for being here. Hi. Yeah, this is a Noga. I'll take a look at her without her helmet on. You do that. Up here. There's so many things to do. You can do hide your helm. There we go. That's a Noga. Hi, Noga. How you doing? Is there something? Oh, there's like a mushroom or something. You can come up and use it to bounce off and look at her face. There we go. That's a Noga. She's a battle-scarred veteran. A Noga Groblerg. Should probably go in. There's I'm not going to do it right now. There's a oh, all right. I'll do it. There's it down here. There's a screenshot mode. There we go. All right. We'll go look at Anoga's face with the screenshot so we don't have a cursor in her face. There we go. Oh, and there's the big rock hanging over because Vivek just has to show off what a godly stud he is by hanging a giant meteor over his city. it's the plot for this area. Anyways, this is Sanoga. I'm going to put her helmet back on now because I like her roaring helmet. So I changed some stuff around. That's not what I want. I changed some stuff around in the game because I like the Khajiit hats. Pink Khajiit hats. And I'm testing. You know what I did? I rearranged furniture because I had my PlayStation. I have wire racks. I like wire racks a lot. So I have those, like they have in the grocery store, wire racks. And I had cleverly put my PlayStation down on a bottom shelf on the wire rack. And I think it was acting like a, what is that? Something or other cage. It's a physics thing. They use it in the silly fucking, like Fringe. They had the guy, and he had the, I can't remember. I want to say a Tesla cage, but it's not Tesla cage. That's not the right word. Anyways, I think it was doing that. It was blocking it, and so I was having problems because of the patch. I was having issues getting on because they had a patch the other day to Elder Scrolls here, and it was massively messing with what I was doing. Am I in the right place? Yes, I am in the right place. And I went, well, maybe. And my internet vastly approved relocating my PlayStation. And I thought, I have to try out the streaming thing again and see if we can stream. And we'll just muck around with some Elder Scrolls streaming. And I was just mucking around doing some tidying up with this character. I'd just gotten back from taking a break because it wouldn't be a Demon Kia stream without lots and lots of breaks. And that's just how I play video games. And I thought, let's try this. I also sometime today have to get a Discord going on because apparently the universe has been having many communications at me about needing to get on the Discord.
Now, prepare.
There we go. Yes. Thank you, Librarian Braden. We're here because I was carrying around one of these things, and I need to get rid of it, and I had to go run the first little fetch quest.
Wonderful.
So that he will take it out of my inventory, because there's a bunch of these little fetch quests for these museum things, like the museum in Rothgar and the librarian quest, which arguably favorite title so far is this one, the librarian. You become a librarian. Currently, Anoga's rocking the Master Wizard title. That's the only real title I got going on. But Librarian is frankly, my favorite. That and Daedra Lord Slayer, but I like Librarian better. So, we were getting stuff out of her inventory. I have one other thing we have to go get rid of. No, not in collections. See, they iterate down here. This Constructs Dynamo Core, and I've crushed these because I didn't know what the hell they were for. I thought that they were for achievement stuff, but they're not. I was confused. Way down here, these, you'll pick these up and you can sell the pieces to the merchants. They seem like vendor trash, but what will happen when you get one of these is that you'll get one of these little checkoffs, and then when you get all of them, you get like that color. Or are these all colors? These are all colors. Colors are good. I liked the color thing. I mean, come on, these are paper dolls with many different costumes that you can adjust the colors on. What is not to like about that? So we have the Constructs Dynamo Core. We got to go get rid of that. Get it out of our... Yes, it's been driving me crazy. And I finally figured out what all these things were for recently. And I'm like, oh. So now when I have 9 characters. When I open a character up to go do something with them, I sort of rotate around from day to day which character. I get bored. And I like to know how all the different racial stuff and all the different... I have 2 each of all of the different classes except for the Templar. I have 1, which is Inoga here. She's a Templar. And there's like so many things. Those are all here in the... Yeah, I know you want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. Those are all here in the skills thing. There's so many things. There's, like, I haven't even messed around. This is the PvP warfare thing, Cyrodiil, which I really need to go do. That's that stuff. I haven't done anything with any of those. This is this Undaunted, which is for group co-op. All of the things they have. Some of them are like, there's like a spell, a healing thing, and supplements to different kinds of play styles. I don't really do Thieves Guild stuff, but I always end up with the fucking... It's really hard not to accidentally steal something in this game sooner or later if you're in a big hurry. And you got Mage Guilds, Fighter Guild skill lines, Soul Summon thing. That's actually kind of nice. I like what they did with that. This you get unlocked from unlocking chests or the other stuff. Sneak doesn't sneak, or I remember the other. No, I can't remember what the other word is that they use, but sneak doesn't. If you do sneaking, it doesn't level it up anymore. You have to do other things to. They changed that mechanic a lot. Then you have all of these are passives, except for the top thing will be some kind of. Typically a fairly passive thing that you unlock rather than... And then each weapon class has its own skill set stuff. There's a lot. And these are the class ones up here, the top 3. Much stuff going on. And that's... She's going to chase me around because I have access to this area because I have characters that have come in here and done this story thing, and then all your characters access some stuff. And so she's going to chase me around and try and give me the main storyline. But I don't want that. I just want to go... Where am I going? Where am I going? I'm going this way. It's Grass Fortress, which is the main town. And this will be fun. We're going to go run through to this dude's workshop. Most of the town is peaceful, but there's a side off to our left when we come through this door. We're going to head over there. Well, we're going to head right first and grab the way station that's in here. And then we're going to go over into the area that has lots of enemies. And then there'll be a guy's workshop in there. And we'll probably have to do his fetch quest too, so that we can get rid of this thing. He's got an initial fetch quest that we do. I don't know if they change stuff around or if I change stuff around on my thing. Oh, there's chat. Okay, I probably just changed stuff around. There we go. Let's see. Howdy. Glad to be back. There we go. It shows up in its lovely ungrammatical way on the screen. There we go. We're going to get a bunch of achievements because this tune has not actually been here before at all. I love the Clockwork City. Clockwork City is so good. And I'm going to say, like, the way I did the ESO was first, I bought the $10 disc at Game. I'm going to give some call outs at GameSpot. I always call it the wrong thing. GameStop, whatever it is. You know, the in-person store that still exists. So I went and I bought the El Cheapo disc because I wasn't sure. That was just the very basest of base games. And it gives you just on that. That'll give you all of... Here, we'll look at the map of Tamriel. And we'll talk about... Or actually, we'll look at the Orbis. What you get is you get me wrestling with the controls. Let's do Tamriel first. So what you get if you buy just the if you buy that $10 disc is you get all these base areas. You don't get this. This is Somerset. That's an extra. And you don't get Vardenfell, which was where we were just at. That's an extra. And you wouldn't get Murkmire down here. But you would get, this is the Ebenheart Pact. The Ebenheart Pact. And this is the Daggerfall Coalition. Oh my god, I can't remember the names. I'm so bad at this kind of stuff. And this is the Aldmer Dominion over here. And this is Cyrodiil. And you get all of that stuff. That's the base game if you just pay for the $10. So if you're kind of thinking about it, you can do that. You have to have the PlayStation 4 internet stuff. And this is the enemy area. And then what I've done is, because I am an out-of-control obsessive about grabbing stuff, I have to have the grab bag, so I pay for the premium so that I can have the grab bag, because I'm compulsive. And that's $15 a month. So I spend $25 a month to play this game. And then I buy all the stuff, the upgrades. But you get in-game monies. Crown Store, you get the monies necessary to buy the DLCs and stuff, much of the stuff that's here. And so I have bought all these DLC, all this purchased. They give you $1,500 in-game monies every month of paid premium, and so that's what I've used to buy all of this stuff that I've bought. That's the only money I've put into it, is just the $10 for that first, and then I bought the Morrowind expansion in a confused PS4 store purchase, and then I bought the Somerset upgrade in a similar way, and then all the DLC stuff I've been buying handily with the monies from the... So I like that. I haven't had to put a whole much money into it, though I'm willing to. I want, if I like a video game, I want the video game makers to make money and keep making the video game. Alright, we're going to do my favorite thing. Oh, stop. Be nice. Who's this at? I haven't played this character in a long time. Either I'm going to die. Oh, there we go. And then they'll all go away and leave me alone. Go away. I haven't played this in a while. For this character in a while. I've been playing other characters with very different builds. So I'm going to be really... And I'm just a terribly mediocre player anyways. It's not like I'm doing the whole, oh, I'd be so much better. No, I'd just be terrible. I'm a mediocre player. I rarely know what the hell I'm doing. I have a sort of... This is definitely not an expert walkthrough. Okay, we're going to talk to this nice guy, Associate Sanon.
Oh, hello there.
This is a whole society of cyborgs.
I'm quite busy at the moment with my newest
They
discoveries.
have eagerly embraced cyborgism as the route
Unless
to the
you're
future.
interested in factotums and their creation process, it's best you leave.
Alright, I probably shouldn't step on his lines, right?
Ah, so you are curious after all. You see, I found this factotum head in a junk pile, which isn't too uncommon for the brass fortress. I was intrigued, however, by its strange coloring. I was even more intrigued when it began to speak to me. It gave a repeated message, requesting to find its integral of memory in the mnemonic planisphere. You seem like the adventuring sort. Do you think you could collect it for me? Rebuilding a factotum would just spring-load me into a council seat.
Leave it to me.
The journey to the mnemonic planisphere is riddled with dangers, so it's best to prepare. Shouldn't be any issues once you head inside, though. My research leads me to believe the integral of memory will resemble a crystal.
Alright.
Do you believe that the apostles don't know how to create factotums? That was a rhetorical question.
No matter which way you answer
The
that.
sad truth is that while we
The answer's
apostles
the same
can
way.
create metal limbs and motors, we cannot replicate the intelligence Sotha Seal gave the factotums. We're also unable to enter the factories where they're created. Why does Lord Set do anything? He's the father of mysteries, after all. Through his silence, curiosity is born. Perhaps he meant for us apostles to figure this one out on our own. And I believe I've finally found a breakthrough with this factotum. Firstly, I already know it is an older, simpler model. You can see the dwarven influences in the skull, an aesthetic blight by today's standards. We apostles see dwarves as a race to scorn, not emulate. This model must predate that thinking. Secondly, unlike other factotums, it openly speaks of its components. Trust me, I've interrogated many of these machines in the name of my research. Perhaps as we reconstruct its mind, it will tell us details about its creation. And thirdly...
Thirdly?
Well, its voice. Factotums are genderless machines, of course, but they all sound distinctly female. This one is the first I've met to have a male voice. I'm not sure what it means, but I am sure I'll find answers as I further my research.
Okie dokie. Alright. So we got that. I think we have to go respec. I don't want to be up here. Well, I just know I don't want to be up there. I'd forgotten where I was. Alright. This way. Just bad enough. Alright. Alright. What do we have going on here? Oh, we do have some offensive stuff. Okay, good. Alright. Pass that on you too. Oh, stop it. There we go. That'll keep us from dying. There we go. Well, not so bad. Okay. Not so bad. Still want to just run out of here. Just leave me alone. Just let me run out of here. None of it. None of it. None of it. None of it. Go away. You want to go back. You don't want to be here. Go away. Alright. No? You want to be here? This is more like chaos fighting. Not as nice and neat and clean and elegant as Soulsborne. Alright. Yeah, I gotta go. Well, alright, we'll try it. We'll try it. Because this is actually not the easiest. But she's fairly high level, so... the eternal dilemma. Run to the spot. Put up with the loading screen. Which, there's loading screens no matter what you do. So many, many loading screens. Like I said. Clockwork City, so good. It is so good. That was the first one I bought, was Clockwork City, because I love all that Dwemer stuff. If I was going to decorate a house, I would decorate it in like late modern Dwemer. And I'd replace all the gold, and bronze and brass with silvery, platinum-y tones. So I like this better. Light concrete and silver. But I like the aesthetic otherwise. Steampunk. In the middle of my historical fantasy. So we're going to go to that place over there. I think it's the first this big place. Sotasil being a weirdo. Stores his memories in a astronomical observatory. And the whole point of this place is that we're all supposed to be shrunk down. Teeny tiny when you first go, and you get shrunk to go in. And there's also in the Rift or East March somewhere, one of the houses you can buy is a we'll do her thing while we're here. Yeah.
Look, it's easier to explain once.
Wait, I bet you guys want to listen, don't you? Here, let's turn the volume up since we're doing it this way. Let's change I had it my volume on. Give it a little bit more. We'll tone down that ambiance, which I really like the ambiance. And we will up that dialogue. And we'll tone down the footsteps too. There we go. There we go. Now we'll have a conversation.
I knew that if I called out long enough, someone would find me. Quickly now, come inside. Cultists have knocked the stars from our sky, and we have to put them back before all Lord Set's memories are taken for good. Oh, drat. Look, it's easier to explain once we're inside the mnemonic planisphere. That's where Lord Set stores his memories by... well, it's just easier to show you first. Yes, exactly. You're a quick learner. I need someone who can fight off these cultists and help me return the stars to the planisphere sky. Please, you have to help us. This task is of the most vital importance.
All the flattery layered into the dialogue, flattering the user, just is kind of gross, I have to say. I don't actually need to be flattered anywhere near as much as the video game manufacturers think I do. It always makes me roll my eyes. Alright. I like the ambiance volume so much. Alright. There we go. Crisp her voice up. There's a bunch of dialogue up in here. It's very silly too. Soda Set is a very silly person. Deity. Very silly deity. There's, of course, controversy as to whether Sota is a person. The three are people
the planet is right through this door.
Con artists, magicians, or...
Astronomer! I found someone who can help us. Are you all right? Please, rest if you need it.
I have maintained these stars for millennia. Do not concern yourself.
Yes, much easier to explain now. This is the mnemonic planisphere, where Sotha Seal's memories take the form of stars. We need your help to reclaim the stars that have fallen and place them back in the sky. If not, all shall be lost. All this knowledge! Sotha Seal's memories are our most important source of inspiration, of discovery. Without them, the Clockwork Apostles will be lost, stagnant and unguided. Please, for the sake of our most sacred knowledge, you must help. Oh, thank you for understanding what this means to my order. I need you to gather the primary stars belonging to the points of our constellations. Once enough stars are returned to the rightful place, the rest should fall into ranks. Eventually. With this. Now, this device has a very fancy proper name, but I simply call it the Star Scooper. Use it to gather the stars you see floating around the halls, and bring it back here to the astronomer. He'll know what to do next. Questions? The memories given form. Makes sense, doesn't it? After all, our thoughts are as numerous as the stars in the sky. And they're actually called multiplanar mnemonic receptacles, but I just find stars easier to say. Memories are distracting little things, and Lord Set has more of them than most of us combined. Storing them here allows him to focus his divine intellect on the current task at hand. And the tasks of a god? Very important things.
That part is persuasive. I do understand that. Get lost in my memories all the time. My thinky thoughts. But I think that this is a stupid way to do it. I think it would not work. It's like critical mass. Thinky thoughts are a lot more like a critical pile, where you got lots of stuff zinging off of each other, and soda needs more of a damper process. But okay, whatever. I guess this is maybe his damper. He's pouring his excess thoughts off. All right.
I don't believe they're after memories precisely, but rather information. The planisphere houses much of Sotherseal's most sacred wisdom. Let all that knowledge fall into the wrong hands? I can't even imagine the vile possibilities.
Okay, you got to keep that the planisphere houses much of his most sacred wisdom stuff in mind when what comes along as some fairly banal memories. Did we ask who the astronomer is? No, we didn't.
Astronomer is the title given to the caretaker of the planisphere. Astronomer, stars, you know. The current astronomer has been around almost as long as the Clockwork City has. The blessings of a god really can do wonders for your lifespan.
Yeah, because again, the Clockwork City is actually some little tiny. This is like Horton Hears a Who. We're in the little puffball dust mote that Horton is holding at the end of his trunk here in the Clockwork City. So there can't be any stars to look at because this is actually under a waterfall, or it's somewhere in Deshawn, I think.
Why, I'm his apprentice. Sorry, should have led with that. He only recently chose me as his replacement, though I'm not sure this is a position you can just retire from, if you catch my drift. I suppose even a god's blessing can only last so long. All a matter of perspective here in Clockwork, age and whatnot. I assure you I've always been quite diligent in my studies, and the astronomer says I show promise. Well, I mean, he hasn't outright said that to me, but I just get that feeling.
So we have an incredibly subtle color difference going on that says that we have not...
Let's say there's a memory that Lord Set wishes to store. First he turns the memory into a star, which forms in an associated constellation chamber. A powerful spell will form in the Mage's Wing, a great victory in the Warriors. Exactly so. It then travels to the Planisphere Center, where we teach the star its place in the sky. We send it to a forming room if Lord Set wishes to access the memory, or for apostles to study from. Each star has wisdom to share. Well, that would certainly complicate things. Lord Set still remembers, but in a distant way. He can analyze these memories rationally, without their emotional attachments clouding his divine judgment. At least, that's what the astronomer told me.
All right. We appear to have asked her all the questions. Okay. Y'all are weirdos. So we're going to have to make a decision at the end. And I'm willing to open this up for... I have done it both ways. We are going to make a decision about her, a yes or no, and it's going to be red text where we have to make a choice, and then we have to live with it. I have an inclination to go one way or the other with it. It's upstairs. No, we can't go upstairs here. We have to go deep in. That's right. Okay. Here. Okay. Ugh. Oh, I need to eat some food. Not me. Anoga needs to eat some food. Wow, really? What was that thing? That's some high-level spell she had going on there. Alright. Told you I'm kind of a mediocre game player. It's really going to come out in this. Shadowy guys. there. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. Oh, stop it. Jerks. Oh, hey, there we go. Alright, let me have the star. We take it? Yes. Where are we? Going to a particular place. So I just want to steer it in that way. Because the first time I came through here, I was super confused. Got terribly lost. I had a terrible time. Yes, you want to go upstairs. There'll be more stars upstairs. These are endlessly respawning stars that are all over the place. Alright. And then we gotta go. Yes. There we go.
From the sides!
Okay. Stuff is good. Oh, food. We need some food. Noga needs food. Not look at that right now. I have joined a bunch of guilds. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to eat some food.
A book, perhaps? Something to eat?
Yes, thank you. Something to eat. Yeah, we'll just have some Orzoga's red Rothgar. Hey, excellent. Yeah, the Rothgar is the other one, the Orsinium DLC. That one's well worth it. That's very good. And that's where I got the, okay. We can't go do this yet, though. Oh, we can't go do this yet. We have to... Ugh, see, there's a whole bunch of them.
To the side!
I got no stam. No stam. There we go. Hey. There. There we go. Well, can we do it? Do we have to go back downstairs? Oh, we want that. That's what we came here for. Ooh, where was it? I saw it. Oh, it's up here. This way. That's the way we came in. It's back there. Alright. There's some baddies stealthed up. Stealth, that was the term I was looking for. Where are they? No? There it is. So, when you do other dungeons throughout Tamriel, Dwemer dungeons, you will find occasionally this pile of sparkly like this. That's how I ended up picking up the thing I have that I'm trying to get rid of. That's why we're here. Not slottables. This construct's dynamo core is in one of the first Dwemer dungeons you'll go through, and doing story progression stuff. And it'll be sparkly like this, which is why you'll go, ooh, sparkly, and it'll say take, and then you'll be trapped with that thing, because you need this. Don't move, Kia. There we go. Noga was on it. Here we go. So that's what we came here for. We're doing this other thing as a side. While we're here, we're going to have to go through all those stupid enemies anyways. Oh, no, this way. Always do this. Yeah, got hopelessly lost in here. I know. These spaces are very confusing. There we go.
You've returned! Quickly now, give the star scooper to the astronomer.
Yes, I have returned. Upstairs from you guys. So let me fall down. Some good injury. There we go.
You're in for a real treat. Not many get to witness this. Oh dear, that's not good. That's not good at all. Sorry, but I have to go check on something. The astronomer will explain.
Six stars. The planisphere was created as an extension of Lord Set's consciousness. Connected, yet apart. An endless sky of divine knowledge, perfectly preserved. We must protect the planisphere at all costs. We must help the stars remember. Memories are fragile, easily broken, easily swayed. My powers of guidance and preservation are not so easily replicated. The cultists seek to control, but only corrupt. I must stay here to keep the constellations stable. It is up to you. Go to the calibration guides located upon the platforms which surround us. Use them to guide the missing stars back to their rightful place in the sky. My apprentice will show you how. I see questions are burning within you. Ask, and I may answer.
Dunmer are so pompous.
They seek to control the planisphere, and believe these stars will help them with that task. The corruption is merely a result of trying to view the memory without my aid.
Portentous. Every utterance. You can imagine Dunmer, I must go to the bathroom now.
Clockwork City was created by a god of reason. Here, knowledge is power. To control the planisphere would be to control the omni-axle, the center of the wheel. The means to change the very reality we know. A dangerous power.
And later, I'll shower. All right.
I am the astronomer, keeper of the stars. A wheel that ever turns. It goes beyond my own mere flesh. Soon, my apprentice will receive this title, and I will take my final step upon this path. I have upheld this divine task for millennia. My devotion may be unwavering, but my flesh is not. I must give this duty to another before my power fades. Only then will I allow myself to finally rest. Do not let her cheerful demeanor fool you. Her magic is strong, and her connection to the stars is uncommonly clear. Within her, I have found the successor I've searched centuries to find. And she takes great pride in that. My apprentice is an oddity among our order, yet refuses to change. A stubbornness that will serve her well, or perhaps be her undoing. We shall see. I know her devotion to be unwavering, for the planisphere would cease to be without an astronomer to guide it. I only have so much power left within me. She will do what is best for her god and her people. In that I have faith.
All right, and we will have the eternal Elder Scrolls dilemma. Upholding tradition or getting in on the modernity thing. I want this quest. I don't want the... Yes, thank you. Don't take me to... Yeah, we're not ready to do that yet. Alright, but we're almost done. We gotta go run around upstairs. And... put the stars back. Oh, you people. So annoying. Oh. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? No, we've been attacked. Alright. How about you? Will you go away? You'll go away. Okay. So this reset thing is super useful for running through. You don't have to kill everything, especially... Getting good damage is tricky in this game. So if you see me struggling, it's because I suck at getting good damage, and it's a lot of work. You have to get them just so. You really have to pay attention to fiddly detail stuff. Not my specialty.
Circle around!
No. None of that. None of that.
Where would I be without you? Move now!
None of that. None of that. Stop it. I don't know what you think you're doing. None of that. I know you were shadowed. Shadows are pain and blood. And you'll see people come running through these and they'll just like one-shot everything. I have such damage envy. Such damage envy. I'm working on it. I'm slowly figuring it out, but it is not easy. I think of Elder Scroll games as being fairly easy, but figuring out the damage thing has been... There we go. This is what I was expecting before. These guys. What else do we have? That's not all that much better. Alright. You.
The planisphere is ours, Kerr.
Whatever. I know. I can't interrupt. I have no stamina. Which is what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop. Don't kill me. Ugh. I may not kill them. I may just go do this and ignore them. I know. Oh, what do we got in the poisons? Man, yeah, let's check our poisons. Okay. But I'll try a different poison set.
The planisphere is ours, Kerr.
Ugh. Alright, forget it. I'm not gonna kill them. They're named baddies. Anoga's my crafting. And I have reasons for having her out today. But she's terribly weak and not very good. Wardrobes. Always stop for backpacks and wardrobes.
Here they are. Let me just scoop them up.
Alright. This is just a dumb mini-game. Puzzle mini-game thingy.
And now, watch this. Oh, right. They don't know where to go. If you can point out where they're supposed to be on the calibration guide, we can send them on their way.
Alright, we're going to change to first person for this because it's easier, and we look for where there's holes that are not filled. And we go point to those on the calibration guide because apparently we're the astronomer. Not entirely sure.
Expertly done. Now, the Star Scooper kept a record of what was inside those stars. Let's have a look, shall we? A fragment in memory of Lord Set speaking to someone. This must have been what the cultists were looking for.
Stewardship of my memories carries a high price, Orvas. One that you must pay willingly.
Wait, was that the astronomer? He was so young! And with hair! Not half bad looking either.
Alrighty. And we're just gonna run past those annoying dorks. Nope. Run past them, not towards them. Alright. And we will go to this way? This way. No. You guys, I'm just gonna ignore. Do this. Oh. Now, the advantage for speedrunning is that when you die, you just keep going. And they won't bother you. And they all have this reset thing that they're going to do. Yeah, a bunch of them will reset. They have fairly limited... Yes, this is where we're going to go. And this is going to be another... named assassin team waiting for us that we can't get past. So we're just gonna glide on by. There we go. We don't actually have to kill those guys. Thankfully with our terrible character. Alright. And look and see. Yeah. Oh god, I rolled again. It's 2 on the... Yeah. Okay. It's this one. And that one. Alright.
It appears as though we make a rather good team.
So be it. I'll leave you the knowledge of this spell to bestow upon your successor when the time comes.
Maybe the cultists want to learn how to perform the spell.
Yeah, no, honey. It's all a lead up for how. Something else. Yeah, no. Not you guys. You probably won't get it clear on this. Okay, no, I'm gonna go this way. But that's fine. I'll come back later. Man, I don't want to run past you with my pitifully sad stamina. I'm going to go re-spec into a stamina build. I forgot about this, which is why I was like, oh, we'll just go run and do this really quick. Famous last words. Alright.
Go around! Flank now!
Well, you're going to reset. Not you now, huh? And not you. That was a stam. Don't know why I thought that. Okay. Wait. Oh, because it's upside down from... My memory is the suck anymore. Okay.
You have to be careful with these. It's easy to overwrite the memories with your own.
Of course, my lord, but will it hurt?
You will not remember.
That doesn't sound very good.
That's a yes.
What happened in this memory? We've collected all the memory fragments we need. Let's head back to the Planisphere Center so we can watch the whole thing.
Yeah, this is why we jump over the edge and not run back through all that. And she just magics through.
Now that we've returned the stars and recovered the memory fragments, the astronomer can use the nemograph here to play the full memory back. I'm rather curious about its contents.
It's pertinent to you.
We need to be able to reform memories at a moment's notice. After all, apostles often travel from the Brass Fortress to research Lord Set's thoughts. This nemograph translates the starlight into a visual form. I just know it's him. It looks like he's receiving some sort of boon from Lord Set, but I don't understand why that would be important to the cultists. I doubt you can easily replicate the powers of a god, even with the memory of the spell.
Stewardship of my memories carries a high price, Orvas. One that you must pay willingly.
I understand. I'd sacrifice anything to serve you, my lord. Even my memory.
Wait, the sacrifice
So
is
be it.
his memory?
I'll leave you the knowledge of this spell to bestow upon your successor when the time comes.
Of course, my lord, but will it hurt?
You will not remember.
No, it can't be.
Now you know the truth. It is time.
You never told me of this sacrifice. My life, yes, I'll give it. But my mind, my whole being...
speak with her.
Alright. Here's our decision time. Done this. This is the third or the fourth time I've done this. I think it's the fourth time I've done this. And the first two times I decided one way, and the third time I was like, oh, I gotta decide the other way, just to see how it goes. And I haven't fully played that out, so I don't know how it plays out.
I know my duty. My whole life has been devoted to this path laid before me. I know the risks, the repercussions to the planisphere should I refuse, the repercussions to my god. Why then? Why am I so scared? Manipulating the stars requires severe concentration. They're easily corrupted by stray thoughts, rendering them useless. Not having a memory must help ease that burden. The excitement of becoming an apostle, my frustration when so many doubted me, how nervous I was for my first kiss. To give it all away, I would lose more than my memories. I would lose myself. I know the astronomer's power is fading. I feel it. He needs to transfer his power, and soon. If he dies before another apprentice could be found, the planisphere needs me. My god needs me. Can I really be so selfish?
So here's our decision point. So the first two times I've done the trust yourself. It's a duty only that you can face. In that whole upholding the culture. Based on the whole, prior to this, she seemed fairly enthusiastic. Took centuries to find her. I don't know. So the second or third time, I went with it's too much of a sacrifice. Just I'm inclined to do that for this time. I tend to think that brainwashing your employees is not really top grade stuff. But I personally, as a fictionalist, find that there's a lot of problems with writing magic. It creates a lot of contradictions and loops. And anyway, so we're going to do that this time. We're going to tell her, run free, child. He's going to be mad. Dude's going to be mad. The librarian dude's going to be, or the astronomer dude's going to be mad. He's going to be all like, oh, so bad. But let's do it. Let's tell her, run away. If Soda still needs little automatons, he could just make himself little automatons. Why does he need people automatons, huh? What's up with that? Soda is problematic. Almalexia is okay, but Vivek and Soda are... Almalexia is probably problematic, too. She just got a nicer veneer.
I've always been a Millie. Good for a joke, here for a laugh. Surely that's my purpose in life. I can best serve Lord Set by bringing both joy and discovery. I've made my choice. Will you stand with me as I tell the astronomer? You make me feel brave.
These parts were terribly written. I need better writing. All these video games need better writing.
I'm sorry, astronomer. I just can't do it. I just can't give up who I am. I can better serve Lord Set as myself, and I'll find someone to take my place. I swear it. Someone willing.
So be it. You have made your choice, Apostle. And now you will bear the consequence. You will be shunned from our order, cast out until the time which you can undo the wrong you have begot upon your people, until you have brought me my successor.
I'll do it. I'll accept this fate.
May Sotha Sil watch over your path, for I can no longer guide you. What is it that you want? I have maintained this position for over a millennium. It is my sole purpose, the path given to me by the divine metronome. I have no regrets. I thank you for your efforts. A reward is common for these situations, yes? Here you are.
I think that's her dialogue too. He dies, she becomes, she takes the whatever, and she becomes all stiff and formal and a little on the pompous side. And he's bringing that extra Dunmer pomposity to the role. And then I'm pretty sure the dialogue's the exact same dialogue. And I'm pretty sure that the reward...
I must attend to the planisphere. I have much to prepare, and for the first time within my memory, I feel the weight of my hours. Still, you have done much for these sacred halls. What is it that you wish to ask? The cultists corrupted many mnemonic receptacles in their search for information. It will take time to restore these memories and guide them to their place in the sky. They are of little concern to me. Once the stars are guided, I shall focus my energies on expelling them from the planisphere. Until then, my power will be sufficient to keep them at bay.
She gets the big old side eye from me because, dude, your place is infested with those guys. I wasn't able to get them out for you today. But I have the suspicion I will have to come back in any case at some point in time. There will be more to this story. But now we can go get rid of that thing to Associate Xanon. And then we're probably going to take a break because we'll have been going for over an hour. And I want to check the quality and see how this turned out because it hasn't been quitting out. It looks okay on the little tiny window on the screen on my computer. It seems to have been going okay. We might be back in business just because I rearranged my room, which is hilarious. When in doubt, rearrange the furniture a little bit. Alright. We need to come back in. This is pretty straightforward area to clear. Uh-oh, no, there it is. There's not a whole lot here. As compared to the main areas, which there is so much stuff in any of the given main areas. But we won't be coming back today. What we're going to do is we'll take a break after we drop this off with Associate Xanon. Our 2 bits that we have to give him. And then we will get out of here. When we come back, we'll go work on Glenumbra with her. Because now I know how to... There was a fight that had stymied me quite some time ago. I have since gotten a handle on it. We're going to respec her. We'll respec her and then we'll go to Glenumbra and we'll leave her in Wayrest. We'll get lost in Wayrest. So I can start to sing a fragment of...
Does he ever come out?
He concerns himself with
copyrighted piece of material.
And when a customer enters the store, what do we say?
To every machine, a purpose.
Good. And when they ask how much something is, what do we say then?
Cease your actions, or you will be taken.
Show us, boss.
There we go.
You've returned in one piece. how gleaming! In your absence, I've set up a framework to contain the factotum while we assemble its parts. I'll have you do the honors. Of installing the integral of memory. You heard the head. Insert the crystal into its forehead ridge. And don't worry, you won't break it. Sotha Seal builds his creations to last.
Okie dokie. And that would be this over here. Which, we have this head. So this is what it is beforehand, before we put anything in. So I was trying to figure out. Yeah, I think the... Alright. Alright, where is it? The integral of memory. That's installed in the head somewhere, I guess. We talk to him again? No. Oh, we talked to the factotum head, that's right.
Reflecting. Okay. Reflecting. Oh, I feel positively spring-loaded now. What a kind, generous apostle you are, which I recall is rather strange.
I'm an
I don't quite
Groblurg,
understand.
and I'm not
I
a
function
fact.
only to know my Lord Sotha Seal and his apostles. You are not my lord, and thus you must be an apostle. Simple. Do you have an inquiry, or perhaps a task for me, apostle? Reflecting. Reflecting. I've come to the conclusion that I am. I have no memory stored of any of my kind who are older, so I conclude that I must be the first. How gleaming. I cannot recall my name, but you may call me Precursor.
So, Precursor, do you know where the rest of your body is? Some of it's in my bag.
Of course. Let me check my integral of memory. Should be right. Great Sotha Seal in the sanctum. Someone's tampered with my crystalline memory matrix. But wait, something's burned in here. I seem to have left a note for myself.
What does it say?
Ahem. Salutations, me. By now you must be wondering what happened to our memory. Dark forces have conspired to corrupt our knowledge of the world. But do not fear. I, the past you, have stored our memory in our other parts.
But we don't have all your other parts.
A circumstance I have not accounted for. This is me now, not the message. I recall that my design includes both Dwemer and clockwork parts. I also recall my blueprint, so I can guide my assembly once you find my parts. So the seal guide you, Apostle.
Alright. Okay. Now, see how you... yeah, if you go too fast.
Astounding! The first factotum Sotha Seal created. We simply must complete construction now. The more memory it recalls, the further my research can develop. Council seat, here I come! The Precursor mentioned he was made of clockwork and Dwemer parts. I'd keep an eye out for the former as you travel around Clockwork City, and search Dwemer ruins out in Tamriel for the latter. And of course, I have your reward as promised.
Apostle,
right.
I have remembered something. Come quickly before it rusts.
Alright, so that piece went down there on the floor that we were carrying. That bit that's on the ground. Because that was empty beforehand. So, let's look at his book. Yeah, floor book. And the reward for completing the Mages Guild quest in a quest line, in addition to that Master Wizard title, is that you get all the books that you pick up as lore books that are tucked away here. I don't know where it would be. Somewhere in here. It might be in here. Oh, yeah. Is that the one we just picked up? Yep. Associate sent on. So there we go. So all the books that you have. So that makes, for me, that makes the Mage's Guild Quest, one of my first ones, because then I have all these books. Like, that way you'll have, like, if you want to look at the fishing guide, it's going to be in here somewhere. I don't know where. But there'll be the fishing guide. And they did this patch and radically changed. All this map completion stuff on the side is new. So, for example, if we went here to the Clockwork City map, it shows you, just quickie, shows you, there, I'll get rid of that. Shows you stuff over there, and then also there's a more in-depth complete quests. Oh, this one. Hey, nice, sweet. The fishing thing. This is great for the fishing thing. Yeah, this is nice. This is going to vastly help make the completionist thing a lot easier as compared to Glenumbra, which is where we're going to go. Glenumbra, we are very close. That's part of the reason we're going to do Glenumbra, is we're going to try and get that Glenumbra adventurer thing done today or tomorrow. Get 11 more quests completed, which can be a lot quicker than it sounds. Well, yeah, nice. Just a little bit of the way there. And we'll do a little sky shard hunting. We will make sure we get all of our way shrines and all of our eyeballs. Where's the eyeballs? There's the eyeballs. Yeah, we'll get our Pathfinder. Get our sky shard and Pathfinder thing somewhere. And yeah, we're going to work on that purifying the word tree thing. But right now, oh, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our splendiferous, amazing. So let me tell you about this house. The game gave me this house, and I had it for like 4 or 5 months and had no idea. I mean, in my partly that's because probably right after I got the house, I kind of got bored with playing ESO, and I switched over and that was my winter of playing, or my fall of playing Bloodborne and doing the Twitch thing first. So while I was doing that, I had this grand Psijic villa sitting in my inventory that I did not know I had. Because you, of course, can buy houses. There's like dozens and dozens of houses to buy. And they have some advantages, like you can fast travel to them for free. And I don't know if I've brought Enoga here. I think I have brought her here. But so they gave me this house because it was during an event, and I accidentally, without realizing it, so I accidentally acquired this giant fancy fucking mansion, which I of course have in my fine way furnished in very Beverly Hillbillies fashion. And of course, the most important thing with this house is actually, and the part that's really funny about me accidentally getting this house, is I've been looking at the real estate all over the place. Okay, so you can go and look at the real estate everywhere. Let's pick a place like Glenumbra. Okay, and so see these black houses? You can go travel to them, fast travel to them anytime you want. Go look at them for free. Okay. None of these are for sale, actually. These 3 I happen to know. This one's only for sale. They're given away or whatever during the Halloween events. And these ones you have to complete. I think this one's the Pact, or the Daggerfall Coalition. You have to beat all the adventurer thing for all 3. Or no, for the whole Daggerfall Coalition. This one I think is just if you do the Glenumbra, but I haven't checked. That we could do that. Let's go do that. Let's go look at Captain Margot's place. See, so we'll just go travel there. 2 houses that I don't own, but they're free to travel to once you own them, and it gives you a place, like if you get stuck, which I've gotten stuck in the map a couple of times, because I'm really good about jumping up onto stuff, and I've gotten stuck in a couple of little spots that I couldn't get out of. And so you can fast travel to the way stations, but it costs you money. But fast traveling to your houses costs you no money. So this is in a town. This is in Glenumbra. But I wanted to look. Oh, this is just for sale. You don't have to do anything. It's just money. It's cheap. There's not really a lot of reason to do that. And no, we were in Glenumbra. Let's look at the other one. This one's going to be very fancy. Let's go look at the Daggerfall Overlook. And this is the one that's going to have, you have to be like, I think it's your reward for beating the whole Daggerfall Coalition, all the adventurer achievements for the 4 or 5 areas that are in each. There's like 5 areas in each of the military divisions: Daggerfall, Ebenheart, and the Altmers, the Aldmeri Dominion. So, and we'll say requirements not met. Hero of the yeah. So see, you have to beat all the. You have to do that Glenumbra Adventurer. You have to do that for Glenumbra, for Stormhaven, Bangkorai, Alakar Desert, and Rivenspire. Yeah. Slowly getting this all memorized. Alright. So. Now, see, here's my big complaint. I went and looked at a lot of this real estate, and I'm like, where's the views? If you're going to pay $4 million whatever currency, there better be some spectacular motherfucking views, okay? This is okay. We've got glass walls. Oh, no! That was not a glass wall. But we're still, this is part of the, if we swim out there, we'll get eaten by the slaughterfish. Alright. I give these houses a tryout. So now we're in the house proper. So the houses have relatively surprisingly small rooms that would never pass muster in an actual mega millions mansion. The video game thing of way too much space devoted to hallways and staircases. And they're all dim and dark. Dirge-like. Smallish rooms, dim, dirge-like. The interiors are just depressing, frankly. I would have all my artist friends come over and paint all over the walls to help fix how depressing these spaces would be to actually live in. Okay, so the interiors suck. And then you come out and there's just like, so we had some view over there, and refreshingly, we can do jumping off the wall, which I actually really enjoy doing that. Though the backup is kind of a pain. Okay, we got some views that are kind of obscured by this wall thing. And we have no views here, no views whatsoever. We do have a tower, which is exciting because a lot of these places, there's not even a tower to go look at stuff. Okay, maybe we'll have a place where we could put seating to look. But even here, look, that's not a view. If you put a metal railing, and they have the capacity to put glass no-fall walls. That's why I jumped up so eagerly, was I figured that there was going to be a glass no-fall wall. There's probably one up on top here. It seems like there is, because I should be able to jump up on that. So, yeah. If you bought it, you could put furniture in, but that's not really a view. That's not something millionaires or billionaires pay money for. Okay? So, that's just doesn't qualify at all. That is sad and disappointing. I mean, you can look at your house, but house is not actually that awesome. So when we leave this home, we should be back in our Psijic manor. So what was funny was I went and I looked at a ton of the high-end, because that's a thing I do in the real world, is I like to look at high-end real estate porn more than a lot of other kinds of porn. And so I'm very familiar with what it is, why people pay, $2.4 million for an 800 square foot apartment in Manhattan. Well, one of the things is because it's probably up on the 20th floor and it's got a window. May not be very good, but you got all of Manhattan right outside that fucking window. And that makes up for it. Oh no, here we are. We're back here. Okay. No, I didn't want to be. I wanted to be back. That was weird. Okay, it should not have done that. It should have taken us to our house. Because that's where we were. Maybe we hadn't moved in far enough in the house. Anyway, so I looked at all these houses, and a huge number of the houses in this game are not just ugly, because I think most houses are ugly. Sorry, I'm going to trample over people's feelings on that one, but it's just my personal aesthetic. But not only are the houses, but there's just no view. There's nothing, and there's spectacular. One of the best things about this game is there's just these glorious vistas to look at. I mean, I stop all the time, and I'm like, oh, look at this. This is amazing. Like the fishing thing. I started doing the fishing thing in part because, oh, okay, I could just stop and look at here at the beach. I can stand here on the beach and the surf and the lovely background sounds and just look at the sun and it's really lovely. And so I'm like, you have houses where you can't look at the splendiferous, amazing, glorious scenery that you've made. And then the game gives me this house, which this house is composed. It's got an interior, which is ugly and small. But you see, I have strategic seating. It's really the only furnishings I've bothered with is strategic seatings. Because if I had a house like this is what I would do. Well, and then I would jump off, swim, run back up the stairs, sit. That's what I'd do. I'd actually probably spend all of my time doing this. I would have no life anymore other than woo! Okay, that's way too much fun in these games. I don't do that stuff in real life because it hurts. And I'm getting so old anymore, I'll break shit. Because everything gets delicate when you get old. But that is not a concern for my tunes. So me and my tunes, we spend an enormous amount of time jumping off of stuff. Especially into water. But yeah, strategic seating. Come on. Now those are views. This house gets my seal of approval. Yeah. So good. Yeah. All right. So, on that note, we are going to give you a cheer. Nope. Because she didn't. There we go. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Visiting our splendiferous... let me just put my butt to you. There we go. Thank you for visiting our splendiferous house and our splendiferous stream. I'm super happy. Super happy to be back streaming. Streaming makes me happy. Orc dance. Orc dance. We're going to do some dancing later on. I'll be back in a while. I'm going to eat something and check on the quality of this cast and see if we can manage to bump it up. Try for the, I think I did the chickened out and did the 300 something stream. I'm going to try for the 500 next because it seemed to go okay. All right, thanks for watching. Appreciate you being here. I'll be back in a while.